I see queer persons, lesbian, gay, queer people, transgender people, intersex people, asexual people as citizens of this country. As citizens of this country, as human beings on this planet, we all come with certain rights. Tomorrow, we shall see whether the court recognizes the right to marry, the right to choose the person that we love or not. Let us see what happens. We have worked very hard. The struggle has been there for a long time.
Yes.
And regardless of what happens tomorrow, the struggle will continue, but we shall hope for the best.
It's a long process, ma'am, almost a 30 to 35 years it is now. Today, tomorrow there must be some, if it's in the favor of the LGBT community or against the LGBT community, what was the course of action for the future, ma'am? If you think.
Look, I think that it sort of depends on the nitty-gritties of the judgment, and one is not a soothsayer, so one can't know what exactly will happen. But the queer community, the LGBTQIA plus community has struggled for a long time. And many of those struggles have been successful with determination, with huge allyship, with democratic participation. For example, with regard to the removal of Section 377. Now, with regard to marriage, with regard to non-discrimination in not just public employment, but in private life and housing, with regard to protection, there are many battles to be fought. The right to marriage is a very important one because it means that the children of these marriages are not branded different from other children. It means that those relationships of love are not given the same level of dignity and respect that they are due. So they have the petitioners that came before the court, Mario De Pena, Joydeep Sengupta and his partner Blaine, Kamakshi Raghavan and her wife Melissa. These are all wonderful, upstanding, inspiring people with relationships, with families who are very much a part of society. And this building block of society is something that is very fundamental to who they are. So we really hope and pray that this is recognized by our court.
Though it's an emotional issue and a recognition issue, ma'am, how do you see that the people from this community, that in our society, they have seen so many things. So do you think that after tomorrow's judgment, there's something has to be changed in this society, ma'am?
There are many things that will need to be changed in this society regardless of what happens tomorrow. For example, when I was speaking of non-discrimination, there are things that workplaces can do immediately. For example, there is the prevention of sexual harassment legislation, which requires an entire structure of a policy, workshops to raise consciousness, and for people to be able to deal with each other in a respectful way, in a way that is non-discriminating, in a way that serves the bottom line of the workplace, right? So that you're not thinking, oh, usne kya kaha, isne is tarike se mere saath deal kiya, so that the talented queer person is able to flourish. And at the same time, the discriminatory other person is then not focusing on the discrimination, but focusing on their work also, frankly. Right? So in that regard, there's nothing keeping workplaces from including queer issues in their workshops, in their policy, and in their penal action through the Internal Complaints Committee. Why wait for the law to make sure that your business is functioning in a way that is your business or your workplace otherwise is functioning in a way that serves not just your employees, but your bottom line?